Welcome back to A&T's Veggies Delight channel. I am Tessie Alonzo Villanueva, your urban hydroponics farmer. Watching the first 4 vlogs, you learned how to sow, transplant, harden, transfer your seedlings to either the Kratky and NFT system or method. Now it's the time for us to learn how to manage seedlings as well as the structures to ensure that the seedlings will grow and mature for harvest. So normally, it takes about 30 days for most of the lettuces to mature and be ready for harvest. However, you have to check the back part of the seed pod so that you will exactly know when to expect the plant to actually mature from day of transplanting. Okay? So now, this vlog will exactly tell you what is a typical day for me in the farm. So here, you will be able to see the practical things that needs to be done in order to manage the seedlings as well as the structures, both for the Kratky and the NFT method. Okay, so now we will start with the video. Morning! This is part of my usual daily routines, no? So, umaga na naman, so I can now take out the green net so that the plants can absorb more sunlight. Okay, so take them out. Okay. I take them out. All of them. I take all these 3 long pieces of green nets. Yan. So, ayan na. Maganda na yung sun. Yan. So, if you look like that, kapag nagpip ako, I look at are there healthy or are there unhealthy pechay. Most of them here are pechay. This one here is pok choy. Okay. So, you look, bakit may nakasingit dito na small plants, small seedlings, no? Well, it's because some of these plants, we took them out and transferred them to the NFT because mas mabilis pa rin yung tubo sa NFT. That's why as much as possible, we transfer them there. But if you look at this portion, the lettuce, the pechay seem to be happy here. Happy in the sense that they are growing very good, very well, di ba? Ang tataba din nila. So you see. Ayan sila, oh. Ang tataba nila. So I decided, wag ko na lang silang alisin. I let them grow there. Because they are anyway adapting very well to the Kratky atmosphere. So we take it all out. And then si Melvin will be the one to just fold all of these ones. Okay. What do I do next? I check if there are open slots so that whatever I have mga available na seedlings, I can put them there. Okay. If you come here, you will notice maraming slots na bakante. Why? It was because yesterday in the afternoon, they failed to cover this with the green net. So, what happened? Nasunog po yung some of my romaine. So, you can see here. Here. It seems okay pa naman. Pwede pa mag-survive. So, I just return it there. And then, there's another one. Malungkot na naman ako. Okay, it seems na may konting root rot. So, alisin natin yun para medyo luminis siya. Okay, here.
tip burn. So we take them out. So ganyan po, that's what I do every day. Check the condition of the leaves and then also check the water. Do they have enough water? Because it is possible why they are rotting is because there's so much water in the box, no? Okay. Yan. So kung okay na sila, so what my assistant will just do will be to count how many holes are not filled up with seedlings, and then mamaya ire-replenish na lang niya yan so that way ma-utilize na naman lahat niyang mga holes na yan, no? Kasi kapag hinayaan mo lang siyang ganyan open, ako that's the favorite of the mosquitoes because now they can enter here and then they will lay their eggs over there. So we have to cover all of that. So we say goodbye to this kratky, and we now move to the checking of our NFT system. Okay, so what is my typical day in my little farm? The first is, of course, to open the curtains and you tie them up like that so that the sun will be able to reach out to the plants. And then the next thing that you will do is to look to check on the conditions of your plants. So for example, if you look at this one, this leaf is already, it's weak, no? So we have to take it out. We have to cut it, take it out. And check what could be causing it to be weak. So you will see this is already a sign of root rot. Okay, so you have to remove the slimy part, and then this is 1 liter of water, and then I place a little of agua oxinada, at least 3 ml. Ito ata is about 6 ml, so dapat kalahati lang ng 5 ml yung nilagay ko, so that's only about 2.5. And then what I do is I dip it here. Ito yung may root rot, no? So I dip it there. Okay, so pinapaabot mo doon sa medium, sa growing medium, para ma-disinfect din yung yung ginamit natin na foam. From here, I move it to the next one para mas malinis din siya. So at least count siguro 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I put it here. And then I get some more of that kind. So ito, nalanta na to. So there's no need to save it. So ayan, root rot din ang cause niya. So ito, itatapon na lang natin. So normally, I place it first here. Later on, I will collect the leaves and give them to the chickens. So ano pa dito ang may problema? So it seems okay naman sila. And then here, may konting yellow leaves dito. So, medyo may root rot siya, pero konti lang. For a while, parang naging problema po yung root rot, no? But then, sa kapapanood ko ng mga videos, as well as read some articles about root rot in the internet, so I found out that this is a good way of checking on it. Parang more of prevention bago sila lumala, no? So, there. we take out the yellow leaves. Sometimes the yellow leaves could be due also to what do you call this, lack of calcium nitrate dun sa plant. So I'm just checking for root rots if any. O ito, may little root rots pa lang siya. So normally you have to take off the slimy roots. And then dip it first here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Paabutin mo siya doon sa sa growing medium niya. Tapos dip it again here for another 5 seconds. And then take out the leaves that are, ito sira na yung leaf niya kasi parang nag-bend na siya. So put it there for a while. Then let's check if there are more pieces of root rots. Ito, parang nagsisimula. So, lilinisin natin siya rito. Yan, ganyan lang. Panglinis. Kasi hindi naman siya, wala naman siya masyadong slimy na Then, second one here. Kasi mas malinis itong water na ito na mayroon din agua oxinada. And then put it there, tapos sabay-sabay na lang natin siya ibabalik in a while. Tingnan natin kung meron. Ito maganda tubo nito. Parang ayaw ko na kasing antayin na na lumala na yung condition ng roots niya. Because when that happens, kung kailan naman lumaki na yung plant mo, saka ka naman magkaroon ngayon ng root rot, lagot na naman yung plant mo, pwede na naman siyang mamatay in the process, no? So, tinatanggal lang natin kung meron siyang konting Anyway, mag-grow na naman yung panibagong roots So, dati na natin tanggalin yung possible magkakos ng mag-worsen siya into real root rot na masisira yung plant. Okay, and then ngayon, ibabalik na natin sila dito kasi na-correct na natin yung condition niya. So normally, I would do this same thing with all the remaining plants, no? Tapos ngayon, I have noted ito naman, kaya ganito yung mga yung mga kale ko kasi after all those salad mixes that I did, ito na yung mga natitirang leaves niya. So this one here, saan yung gunting ko? So araw-araw ganyan mag-check ko ng condition ng mga plants mo. Katulad dito, yan, malalang na yan. Root rot yan. So, pinatay na rin niya yung plant. So, alisin na natin siya. Mamaya na natin siya ayusin. Classify natin siya. Tapos, haba ulit. So, okay. So, makikita mo, ito. Malala na rin siya. Tapos, kinain na rin siya ng Ayan. Kung isa-save natin, kaya mo lang isa-save kasi may tatlo pang growing na niya, na leaves niya, no? So, if you want to save it, aalisin lang natin yung slimy part ng roots niya. And then, we dip it here. 4, 5. Ayan, hanggang loob niya para makikita mo marami siyang itim-itim dun sa loob. Yan. Mga larvae yan, oh. So, para mamatay siya. And then another one. Another dip. Oh, siguro magtaka kayo bakit ganito na itong plant na ito, na itong kale ko na to. Kasi hinarvest namin yung ano niya, yung mga ibang dahon niya, the bigger leaves. Hinarvest namin yan. Weeks ago, ginamit namin siya into preparing yung mga tinatawag natin na salad mix. Tapos ito, kasi meron siyang mga maliliit na leaves na ganyan. So, sinave namin kasi mabubuhay pa rin naman yan dahil nga sa meron naman siyang roots, no? So, ngayon roots niya parang hindi masyadong maganda. So, itry natin i-save yung roots niya. Yan, bababad mo ganyan. Tingnan mo, naglighten na yung ano, yung color sa roots niya, no? Kasi nabawasan na yung mga dumikit na slimes. And then we put them there. Mamaya ibalik natin siya sabay-sabay. So, siguro yung tanong mo, is it worth saving this one? Sa akin naman, kung wala ka pa rin naman ilalagay dyan na seedling at may space ka, you might as well maximize the space, no? Ito naman, tinatanggal ko siya kasi sira na rin naman yung leaves niya. Kinain na rin siguro yan ng insects o ng uod. Okay. Tapos, malalaman mo rin, it follows through o kaya ayan, cause din ng root rot niya, naapektuhan masyado yung plant na. So, ayan, tatanggalin ko ng sobra ng slimy yung part na yun. So, tingnan mo pag binabad mo siya dito sa water na may agua oxinada, naglalighten na yung color ng roots niya. At the same time, ayan, nasa-sanitize mo siya. Okay, so, babalik na natin siya. So, actually, ganito yung gagawin mo araw-araw. Mag-check ka ng kung ano yung may diferensya. So, sa tingin ko, ipapakita ako sa inyo. Tingnan mo yan, yung mga maiitim na yan, tingnan mo. Yan. Ang daming maiitim na yan, ano? Parang mga larvae yan. Yan. Kaya tingnan mo, hindi maganda yung condition ng mga plants dito. Yan. So, ito, itatapon na ito. Yan, nakahang. Kita mo? Yan. So, wala na pag-asa ito. Ganun ma-recycle. So, you do the same with all. Basta pag may nakikita ka na parang may yellowish na spot sa leaves, yan, aalisin na kaagad para ganun hindi kumalat yung infection niya doon sa ibang leaves nitong plant na ito. So, pag titingnan mo ito, meron din siyang diferensya. Tingnan mo yung nangyari sa leaves niya. Ayan. So, alisin natin. Ibabad na lang siya for safety. Para hindi na siya kumalat pa sa ibang parts. Kasi magaganda yung ibang leaves niya, ayaw natin maapektuhan. So, saan ito lang galing dito. So, ganyan lang. You spend time looking at the different seedlings as well as the grown plant already. Ito mga lalit to. Mga 2 weeks old. So, ito meron siyang. So, most often, yung day mo would be to check on the condition of the plants itself. Tapos, dito sa higher floor. Okay, so we have to eliminate all of this. Kasi may mga diferensya na. ito yung mga nakita kong malaki talaga yung pinsala niya kasi tingnan mo, may uod siya. Yan. So, ang gagawin na lang namin dito, so I took them out from that space over there. Kasi may mga uod na siya. Tapos tingnan mo dito sa loob, oh. So, sinira niya yung plant itself. Yan. So, puputol-putulin na lang ito. Kunin na yung medyo maganda pa sa natitirang leaves niya. At yun ang ibibigay natin sa mga chickens, no? Yung mga pwedeng i-save sa kanya. So, ayan. Kung hindi natin siya binisita today, hindi natin makikita ito. And then, it might infect the other plant. So, out na ito. And then, we have to check on the water level at our reservoir. So, katatapos lang kanina niya nag-pump. So, marami pa naman yung water niya kasi lampas pa siya doon sa valve na yun that connects this one to the next box. Yan. So, okay siya. Later on na lang, towards the end of the day, dadagdagan ito ni Melvin ng additional water with nutrients. So, we're done with you. Let's go to NFT 1. Ito sa NFT 1, karamihan namin dito ay mga bagong transplanted seedlings. So, ay inspection. Ito yung mga tira na naman ng ating salad mix. Ito tumubo na yung ibang leaves niya. Ito nalanta na. So, ito ay eliminate na natin. Anong major culprit niya? Root rot. So, ano yung gagawin natin sa kanya? Para din dun sa unang examples na pinakita natin, we take them out. Instead of discarding immediately this portion of the plant. Ito yung tira ng nung gumawa tayo ng salad mix. Ang nangyari diyan, tinira natin yung mga maliliit na leaves niya, tapos tingnan mo tumubo na. Ito naman ay gagawin mo kapag wala ka naman ipapalit pa sa kanya na seedlings. Pero kung meron na, hindi mo na kailangan ilagay dyan. Para bang second priority na lang siya. Para bang minamaximize mo na lang yung space mo. Oh, ito marami siyang water. Mamaya paki-check na lang yung pH level nito, I-check yung pH level dyan. Tsaka i-check din yung pH level dito.
Ito pong lowland tsaka big head kahapon lang po.
Oh, so hindi niya na kaya, no? O mahulog ka. So, ito katulad nito, out na ito. Para sa ganon, mabilis natin na so hindi niya na kaya. So papalitan ulit ito ng another set. Actually yung aphids, when you wash them, nawawala naman sila. And then you just get the good leaves, ibigay na lang natin. So, bakit ba meron kaming ganito? Itong mga Chinese China ito, masarap ito sa baka or anything na nilaga. Pero tinan mo, ang dami niyang aphids, oh. So, ang gagawin na lang dyan, huhugasan, tatanggalin lahat ng leaves, and then wash them. And then, the good ones, yung mga magaganda pa, hindi malala ang kondisyon, it can be used for vegetable to eat. So, tinan mo, kung hindi tayo nag-inspect today, baka magulat tayo, affected na yung mga lettuces natin. Pero thanks God, tinan mo, they're all very healthy, no? Ito yung mga lalik. 2 weeks old sila. For a short time that we spent here checking on the 2 NFTs, we found out na may mga infected by aphids, so we have to take them out. Tapos meron tayong mga cases ng root rot that we have to correct immediately, no? So para ganun hindi siya lumala. Let me summarize
what actually were all the things that I did in my day-to-day activities in the farm. So these are the following. Number one, I check the condition of the plants through the leaves, their stem, and also its roots. Second, I have to take out the seedlings that are weak or have defects so that I can exactly analyze later on what causes the defects and what action needs to be undertaken to prevent the plant from dying or to see whether it can still be safe or just to get rid of it because it will no longer grow healthy. Another thing to do is actually to check the water level. Do you have enough water? Are your roots covered by the water? What about the pH level? Is it between 5.5 to 6? And how about the TDS level? Is it within 950 for lettuces or up to the required TDS as indicated in the solution bottle? Another thing to do is you have to check whether there are leaks, most especially between the joints of two channels in the NFT system. Well, if it is for the Kratky method, you also have to check whether there are actually holes or leaks in the styro boxes. Again, we also have to check the reservoir. Okay, so since I have two NFT systems, I have to check on the four boxes that I am using as reservoir to see to it that there is sufficient amount of water in the system. Again, we also have to look at empty holes. Are there empty holes or unused holes in the Kratky as well as the NFT system? Because if you see that there are two things that you can possibly do. One is to just cover all the holes so that way the mosquitoes won't go inside the system itself and propagate its kind there. Or second is, if you have available seedlings, then refill all the empty slots with new seedlings so that your production is continuous and you're able to maximize all the slots that you have for growing your veggies. Okay, what else can you possibly do? So, later on, if you're able to identify the different defects and conditions of the seedlings, it is now the time for me to show to you how to prevent and manage pests in your plants. So now I will show the slide presentation on this.
And then, let us go now to the saddest part of planting, which is actually pest prevention and monitoring. Okay, you look at this one. This is the sad part of life. If you will look at this first picture, parang maganda naman siya sa malayo, no? But if you look at it closer, parang meron siyang mga powder. Parang may powder effect yan. And then you see this little thing here? This little thing? That is a kind of a bug that actually it lays larvae and they all start to suck the juice of the plant. Kaya nagiging ganyan na yan. Pumapangit na. Can you show me an example? Okay. Here is an example. You will see there are white spots over there. And here's this little insect over here. This one. And if you look at the back part, tinan mo ito, ang laki na ng romaine ko, no? Kaya lang, I have to set it aside. I have about 3 boxes of, I have 3 styro boxes. I call it my care boxes. Lahat ng mga in-inspect ko at may diferensya, I put them there because as much as possible, if I spray, I only spray on these plants that I have transferred to the care boxes. Ano naman ito, look at the tip, oh, there is something wrong with it, di ba? Yan. Another kind. Okay. These are what you call, you see that there are tip burns.
What does a tip burn mean? A tip burn simply means it lacks calcium. So I have to check again on my nutrients, and perhaps there is a need to add a little more of calcium. Another one? Look at my baby arugula. Look at it. I have already matured leaves, and then look inside. What do you see? Cupping or curled leaves. What does that mean? Again, it also lacks calcium. Ito po yung mga nakakasama ng loob when I see my plants when they are sick. Kasi parang mga anak ko rin yan eh. So, super sa alaga. Yet may nakakalusot pang ganyan. Yun yung nakakalungkot na parte. Okay, so what do I have here? Okay, these are our enemies. Mildew, mealybugs, whitefly, and aphids. Alam mo, dito ko lang natutunan kasi dati what we know is aphids are always white. Hindi, there are many colors of aphids too. And they're just so little. And this whitefly here, nako, when you start to touch it like that, all of a sudden it flies away. And hindi mo mahabol. So, ano yung gagamitin ko pang habol sa kanila? Okay, I have 3 fertilizers here. The first fertilizer makes use of hydrogen peroxide. Ito po yung red color. This is 3%. 3%. Food grade 3% yan. This is very safe for your plant. Bakit po siya safe? Because this is water plus, this is H2O plus oxygen. So, ang maganda sa kanya, nadadagdagan ng oxygen yung plant itself and it will be good for it. Okay. That is, you can use that for some of those examples that I showed earlier. Yung may mga little bags and so on. And then another one, this one, it makes use of baking soda. Where do you use this? Nakikita nyo ba ito sa kusina nyo? Baking soda. Saan nyo ito ginagamit? Maraming purpose po ang baking soda. Yet it is very good for cleaning dirt. And also very good for killing some of the bugs that actually infect our plants. Okay. There is one more. It says here, neem oil. This is what I'll tell you. I will not show you the name of the product. This is a neem oil refill. I'll tell you, this really made me cry. Wag no naman, don't take it kunwari lang yun. Hindi talaga ako umiyak, pero I felt very sad about it. Because in the container, it says, ready to use. Organic pesticide, fungicide, ready to use. So I place it in my electric sprayer. So I start to spray. The following day, 30 plants of mine, big leaves, ready for harvest. Ching! No more. They didn't make it anymore after another day. Okay? So there is actually a trick for doing this. Do not be deceived by what the container says in its label. Marami palang dapat ingredients na isasama dyan. This one, look at it. There is water, there is baking soda, there is only a little of the neem oil, and a little of the soap, liquid soap. Puro yung mga ano lang yan, organic ones. And then you put it again in the sprayer, shake it well, gamitin mo na yan. Meron pa ako, another one, recipe number 3. My suggestion, to just picture all these slides. No, it's okay with me that if you picture them. Okay. Ganun na naman, you make use of baking soda, and then you make use of any kind of vegetable, and then water, and a little kind of liquid dish soap. Okay, then you shake well, and then you use it for spraying. But before you spray, take note of these important notes. Key points, number 4. Okay, the first one says, you have to patch test on a leaf to see its effect. Anong ginawa ko? Kasi sabi niya, ready to use. Ala, lahat in-sprayan ko. Shhh. I was so happy spraying only to find out I have 30 mortalities. So if you will find out that it has an effect on the leaf itself, then maybe you have to dilute further the solution that you place inside the sprayer. Number 2, do not spray during the day. Why? Because the pollinating insects are there. And if they are the ones now who will land on the plant itself na na-sprayan ng gamot, what happens? Patay sila. So you have to wait for sunset or early morning to be able to do that. At the same time, why do you do that during those times? It is because you want to be sure that the leaves won't be affected. They don't get burned. Kasi pag nandyan na yung sun, nandyan naman yung nilagay mo na organic fertilizer, lagot na. Magiging burned leaves na siya. And then also, you only spray once a week until you see that there are still remnants of the insect. Pero kung wala naman na, no need na.
After watching the video, indeed, it is good to summarize everything that you have said. Okay, so definitely it's very important for us to ensure that our plants, the cracky, as well as the NFT structures are doing well. This way, we are assured that our plants will actually grow and will be harvested one day. Okay? Now, we always need to check on the pH level of the water as well as the TDS level, and also to ensure that there are no pests in our plants. And if ever there are, that we're able to apply the correct organic pesticides that I have discussed in this blog for us to use to stop the growth or to even to prevent further infestation in our plants. Okay, so now since we are done with all of that, we were able to see that there are actually 3 kinds of organic pesticides that we can rely on to bring back our plants to good health. Now, I would like to give you a teaser for our 6th blog. And the 6th blog is about reaping the fruits of our labor. Okay? So let's say all our plants have already matured. So now it's time for harvesting and marketing. So that is what the blog will be all about. Blog 6 will be for me to show to you what I'm actually doing in harvesting and marketing the mature plants that I harvest. And at the same time, I will also share with you some of the things I was able to research so that you will have more ideas how to market your products. Okay? So now, to end this video, let me say, I would love to see you again next video. Please, dear subscribers, invite your friends and colleagues to watch the vlogs with you or for them to watch it on their own so that our advocacy of ensuring that more people get to learn about hydroponics gardening will enable them to bring food to their table. Meanwhile, stay active and healthy. Goodbye.